Peace. It's O.G.B.O. This is a Mega Man Codes. On the back page, the final page of the final call in the actual back page of the Muhammad Speaks, under the title The Muslim Program, under the heading What the Muslims Want. Point 10. We want equal education but separate schools, up to 16 for boys and 18 for girls, on the condition that the girls be sent to women colleges and universities. We want all black children educated, taught, and trained by their own teachers. Under such schooling system, we believe we will make a better nation of people. Well, this is the premier problem in the black community, in the black world today. You will find no other people invested in even encouraging their children to get an education at the foot of their former oppressors. Picture a Jewish mom or dad encouraging their children or telling their child how important it is to get an education from someone who looked like Hitler. I really want you to wrestle with that one. Think of how foolish one would have to be. And I don't say foolish in a way to be condescending or disrespectful. I say it based on the meaning of the word. How ignorant a people have to be to encourage their children to get an education from a people who, historically speaking, have been their number one enemy, past and present. Now I want you to look at the results of us having invested in this idea of education from the European. Now, I totally agree we have to be educated, but we have never bought into a curriculum of our own scholarship, a curriculum that come from people who look like us, who come from a people who have the same problems as we have, who have the same goals as we have, the same ambitions as we have, as a people. Our education comes from those who tell us what our aspirations should be, what we should be, who we should be. And this is a big part of why our community is the way it is today. I want to go further with this. Social engineering and social engineering directly as it affects the black community. I want you to look at social media for an example. TikTok, YouTube Shorts. How the information has been condensed down to 60 seconds. And a child, a teenager, an adult would spend hours upon hours locked in to sound bites of 60 seconds. 60 seconds is not enough time to give a full thought. It's not enough time to fully invest in what's being taught. It's enough time, however, to give stimuli to an idea. For an example, since many of us fall at the poverty line. When you hear 60 seconds of how to fix your credit, you're not fully getting a whole lecture. You're getting everything that sounds good in 60 seconds. And you're not giving 60 seconds to research or beyond 60 seconds of research. You're taking everything at the surface and you're running with it and wondering why you keep coming up short. You see that? Now, this is engineering. This trains the mind up in a way to where you're satisfied with being half taught. And you take what sounds good and you run with it. And you keep smacking the wall every time because you're not getting the fullness of the information. And likewise, you're not encouraged to fully invest in the topic. But let's go a step further with this social engineering and why it's important for us to have our own curriculum, to have our own teachers in our own on our own land, and put that part in there. Today, the average female is about, I would give the average female mentally, emotionally, about 14. And the average male about 10. This means the average male has the emotions of a 10-year-old. You look at a black man, and from looking at him, a fight can occur. Is that not the emotions of an 8-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 10-year-old? The average black female can have a whole family. I'm just giving this as an example. Have a decent man, I'm not gonna say good, but decent. And I don't say good because we don't live in a good world. So I'm gonna say decent, and that's pretty good. Can have a decent man, but she's bored one day and she decides to unplug her whole family. On surface information, I'm not happy. And I could be living my best life. Fully invested in half-taught topics. And not going any further than that. Not going to investigate it. That happiness starts with oneself. But satisfied with putting the blame of not being happy on the man, and therefore divorcing her family and dragging her children along with that decision. Is this not the emotional behavior of someone about 14 years of age? This is what we're dealing with in 2024. Black people have to design their own curriculum. We have to have our own educators, and we got to have our own land. This is O.G.B.O. This is Omega Man Codes. Until next time, peace.